What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Broadway Joel, the voice of Dominican boxing. Yo, and shout out to y'all who's on here supporting me, been supporting me since the beginning and watching the growth of the channel. Just know this channel gonna keep growing and it's gonna keep making moves. And I just interviewed Richardson Hitchens. Yeah, that interview's probably gonna come out like in a week or so. Really, really good content for you guys that I got coming, cooking up. Hold on one second. I gotta get something fixed real quick. All right. So I want to address Mauricio Suleiman, who has recently come out against Turki Al-Sheikh. We seen him get a sponsor from Turki Al-Sheikh before. We seen him get respect and all types of agreements, how they're going to be working together. And now all of a sudden, Turki Al-Sheikh is building his own league, talking about how the Ring magazine is the belt that needs to be recognized and how he's going to have his own ranking system. And Mauricio came out saying that Turki said that the WBC rankings are corrupted and all types of funny, weird stuff. And I want to address that. Mauricio Suleiman is someone who's been criticized before, and including by me. I haven't liked the way he's treated certain fighters and how certain fighters get certain respect. But I don't think he's all bad. And I feel the same way about Turki Al-Sheikh, and I'll get into Turki Al-Sheikh in a bit. But I don't think Mauricio's all bad. So for the people saying, well, that's good for him, he's been somebody who's been corrupted, who does this, who does that. We have to be conscious of that this is a person who also contributes to boxing. He's not just someone who's taking from boxing. Oops, sorry about that, guys. I'm working from a new studio. This is new to me. We're going to have a couple hiccups, so please excuse if you guys see or hear anything that needs some work. But yeah, no, the Mauricio Suleiman, him feeling upset, I totally understand. But I also totally understand Turki Al-Sheikh thing. Man, yo, at some point we got to know who's the best. And we've been getting undisputed, and he's been a key part of that. But I think everybody agrees that the one belt resolution is the easiest way to resolve this problem, as to who's the best, who's the champion, who's this, who's that. And Turki has come to the table with resolutions. Look, Bivol and Beterbiev were undefeated champions since 2017. And under the new old boxing regime, we wasn't getting those fights. Turki Al-Sheikh gets involved. Not only did we get that fight, we get it twice. And on top of that, the WBC was out here saying that Bivol can't fight for that belt because he's Russian, even though Beterbiev is Russian too. Because he's Russian and they don't want him bringing the flag and they don't want him representing that because they're in war. And there's a war that has nothing to do with Bivol, but they want to insert themselves. And once Turki Al-Sheikh got involved, he was the one who convinced Mauricio Suleiman to allow that fight to happen for undisputed. And now Bivol is getting that opportunity to become champion at that, got the opportunity to become champion at that sanctioning body. So it's interesting, these two worlds going to war in the WBC and in Turki Al-Sheikh, or Mauricio Suleiman and Turki Al-Sheikh, should I say. It's interesting, and I want to see where this goes. Now, Turki Al-Sheikh, I like what he's done for boxing. Like I said, he's not all good, but he's not all bad. He's not all bad. He's given them some important fights that I don't think would be able to happen if it wasn't for him being involved. So I want to give him credit, but I do have concern about what fighters he's wanting to invest in, wanting to give opportunity, and wanting to put in position. Because right now, Turki Al-Sheikh, he's mostly to the Eastern European, British market. I know he's invested in some American fighters, and that's good for them. But I'm the voice of Dominican boxing. I don't know no Dominican boxer that is signed and fighting in Saudi Arabia consistently. Yo, the guy threw an event, a major event, right? And there was only one Latino, one Dominican, and that was Carlos Adames. And we saw how he was treated, you know, with him in the other person's corner, telling him he's down by a certain amount of rounds. And you know, how do you even know that information if only the judges are supposed to know that information? So there is some concern, as opposed to Mauricio Suleiman and the WBC, that they support in Dominican boxing. They got two Dominican boxers that are world champion in Puello and Adames, and both, you can make the argument, are the best in their division. So I definitely want to give some kudos to Mauricio Suleiman for you know, holding down Dominican boxing. You know what I'm saying? Giving us opportunities and putting us in position. And I'm not so sure if the boxing landscape all goes to the power of Turki Al-Sheikh, that will be a priority for him, or a concern, or even something that not necessarily he has in mind, but it's just a market he's not known to invest in. So I definitely wanted to address that. And I wanted to address Hitchens and Hitchens, who I mentioned earlier in the stream, that I interviewed. I literally, 10 minutes ago, Hitchens and Hitchens was here. We took pictures. We did a nice, beautiful interview. That'll be out probably sometime next week. He just yesterday crashed the Arnold Barboza and Teofimo Lopez part of the press conference and called out Barboza and told him, yo, bro, if you beat Teofimo, can you look at me in the eyes in front of all these people and tell me you're going to give me a shot for a unification? And Barboza said yes. And, you know, we'll see if he's a man of his words. I'm not saying he is or isn't, but, you know, a lot of times fighters, their management get involved, or the promoter or the network or somebody will get involved, and that fight won't happen. But if Barboza wins, that's some noise. Hitchens got ahead of it. Hitchens got ahead of wanting to fight Barboza, wanting to fight for that belt. He's saying if Barboza wins, because we know Tio and him have had discussions on Twitter back and forth regarding having a fight. And so that fight seems likely, I'll say, maybe, who knows. And Barboza now, we have him on camera saying he'll give Hitchens a opportunity. So I definitely like that he did that. I definitely like that he's making noise. He's making his presence known at a press conference that had nothing to do with him. I definitely like that from fighters when they do shit like that, because it lets me know, like, all right, I'm not just sitting on my hands waiting for you to give me opportunity. I'm going out screaming and clawing. So I'm working even when my promoter and manager are not working, because I'm not fighting. I'm working to get my name out there. I'm working to get positioned out there. So I definitely would like that. And in our interview, again, that's going to come out next week, I spoke to him about a possible Puello Hitchens fight, a possible Russell and Hitchens fight for undisputed in a fight or two. Because let's say, you know, in 2 fights he gets that belt. Hey man, it's looking like Puello and Russell gonna have a rematch. So that's exciting. That's definitely exciting. How could it not be? I'm looking forward to the opportunity of having an undisputed Haitian versus Dominican in Puello and Hitchens in New York City. Oh man, and Hitchens is from Brooklyn, New York. I think that has a potential to be a hot ticket here in New York. And I know some people don't like his style, but I don't think Puello lends himself to having a boring fight. And for whatever reason, Puello has a reputation of being a boring fighter. I don't think his fight with Sandor Martin was boring. I don't think it was super exciting, but it definitely wasn't boring. I don't think his fight with Russell was boring, and I don't think his fight with Akhmadov was boring. So he has a bad reputation of being a boring fighter, which I don't think is true. And Hitchens has that reputation as well, but I don't think Puello has a style to make that fight a boring fight. And I'm looking forward to possibly seeing that in the future. I really am. And yeah, man, I also wanted to address that there's some rumblings that Top Rank and PBC may be working together in the future. And I don't know the full details. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. I'm not going to tell you I spoke to Bob Arum or Carl Moretti or anybody in Top Rank or PBC. This is just rumors flying around. So before I say anything further than that, I just want to clarify that. If that does happen, Top Rank and PBC, merge to some degree or work together or work in the same network or do something along that line, I think that could be a game changer for not only boxing, but Dominican boxing specifically. And I'll get into why Dominican boxing specifically, but first I want to address if they get Top Rank and PBC to fuse, that's already like us versus them. Now we're just working with two worlds. We're working with Dana White, Turki Al-Sheikh. I don't, although he's working with Dana White, it didn't seem like he was ending his relationship with Eddie Hearn and Golden Boy and all those people. I don't think so. So it looks like those people are going to be on that side. And on this side, PBC and Top Rank are going to be together. I love that idea. And I love it particularly for, potential fights that could be made. Listen, they already have a 3-belt unification match that could happen that makes sense for both sides in Adames versus Janibek. That's already a fight right there in the middleweight division that people want to see. Regardless if you're Dominican or Kazakhstani, you want undisputed, you want to unify, you want to know who's the best. I think that's 1 and 2. Yes, some people say weak division, but it'll clarify as to who's the best in that division. And I like that. And also, think about all the Dominicans these people just signed in Top Rank. They got Rohan. They got, Yan Santana, Eldy Cedeno, Elvis Rodriguez. You now can possibly put an all-Dominican card by adding Puello and Adames, who are currently world champions. Yo, that's insane. That's insane. And that's something I definitely want to see. Hold on. Let me read a super chat right here by my man, Juan de lo Mio, who says, Puello fights are back and forth, rumbling and exciting. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I totally agree with that. And that's why I brought that up. That he has a bad reputation. Like, oh, man, he boring. He boring. I'm like, boring where? Like, when was he boring? Point me to the fight where you was like, damn, man, that was a snooze fest. I don't know no Dominican fighter that fights like that. I know Edwin had his one fight that was really boring with Shakur Stevenson. But other than that, I can't think of a Dominican being in a boring fight. I really can't. I think Dominicans might have the most exciting style in boxing. And I'm just saying that just by like, how many times have you Dominicans been involved in a stinker? Yes, Shakur de los Santos, but after that, I can't even think of that. Not even Joanne, who was defensive, was boring. Because he fuck around and mix it up with you, and he don't give a fuck. And you think you training with him, but you landed 1 and he landed 8. So, since back then, we've always been exciting, for sure. But circling back to Top Rank and PBC, man, them being together is great for boxing. Unfortunately, I think it's probably, if they do fuse together or merge or whatever you want to call it, I think it'll be on Amazon Prime, not ESPN. I would love ESPN to stay in the boxing business. I would love for PBC to come to ESPN. So now it's PBC and Top Rank on ESPN. I would love that. But I think what's going to happen, Top Rank going to go to Amazon Prime, and Dana White and Turki Al-Sheikh are going to be in are going to be in ESPN. Yes. So that's how I think it plays out. But, man, I would love an Adames Janibek and, or even a Lara Janibek. I don't know, man. Lara has his belt, but he has no fights. And him and Adames said they won't fight each other because they have the same trainers, same manager, and same, they're both friends. I'm sorry. Yeah, so that's a fight that can't happen. I'm curious as to see what he does with his belt. But yeah, man, this is a good thing if that were to happen and PBC and Top Rank were to work together. But I want to talk about this Dominican fight coming up, and that's Elvis Rodriguez versus Lindolfo Delgado. Lindolfo Delgado, former Mexican Olympian, undefeated fighter, somebody who just knocked out Jackson Mariñez in his last fight, a Dominican. But we seen Elvis Rodriguez knock out a Mexican Olympian on a Canelo undercard one time, who was also undefeated. So this is an exciting fight. And this fight honestly has heavy implications on Elvis Rodriguez's career. Elvis cannot afford to lose this fight. I am so sorry. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't liked his last 2-3 performances, but I think maybe more his last 2. But I think this guy, I still believe in him. He still has that athleticism. He still has that power. He still throws in combinations. He's had good sparring out in wild card. I do want to see him make adjustments. I do want to see him switch some things up. I want to see him turn up a little bit more. But it's unfortunate that it just seems like he can't let his hands go. But I think Lindolfo Delgado lets his hands go enough where Elvis is going to feel obligated to. And Elvis is also going to have a lot more countering opportunities where, because I feel a lot of times he doesn't let his hands go because he's just waiting to counter, and not open up his own offense. And I think Lindolfo Delgado is going to not have him waiting so long to counter. So meaning he's going to throw more punches. I do get curious after the 7th, 8th round how Edwin's gas tank is. I seen him get tired in his last fight. I think it was the 8th or 7th round. So I'm curious to see how he fights with Lindolfo Delgado, who's going to come and make him work, how that fight is going to look. You get what I'm saying? I definitely want to see how that plays out. I definitely want to see how that plays out. And I'm picking Elvis, man. I'm picking Elvis by knockout. And yeah, whatever you could say, I'm biased and all that, but I know what I'm talking about. I'm picking Elvis because I think he is the better fighter, 100%. I just think that he's the better fighter, and I think the style matchup lends itself for Elvis to win. And I think I haven't checked I don't know if it's on FanDuel or DraftKings or any of those apps, but I'm predicting he's going to be the underdog. And you know, us Dominicans, we known for getting upsets, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Elvis Rodriguez. I definitely think he could do his thing in that fight. And a win over Lindolfo Delgado, who's ranked high in the WBO, will be a big step up, and then, in the rankings, and he'll be positioning himself to be next in line right now next in line after Barboza. It's looking like it's either Hitchens or possibly Alfredo Santiago, but he's working his way up. And a win over Lindolfo Delgado is a big step forward, but it's even a bigger step back if he loses to Lindolfo Delgado. So there's a lot of heavy implications for this fight. But staying on the top-ranked Dominican side, man, Yan Santana, y'all know this is a 126-pound prospect. I've been hyping on Twitter. I've been hyping since I met the kid. I've been telling y'all this kid is the truth. He is signed with Top Rank, and I am super excited because it shows me that Top Rank is loading up on Dominican talent so they can throw them all on one card like they did that one time in Miami. And that could get the fans excited. They've thrown Rohan twice in New York. So meaning they understand that the New York market is where we at. And Rohan had not disappointed. He's shown up, sold some tickets. Even when Elvis fought, he brought a lot of people. So shout out to Elvis Rodriguez. So they're going to keep bringing these guys to New York. And they just signed Yan Santana. And Yan Santana is a beast. I believe he fights March 29th. I want to say. I'm not quite sure, but it's late March he fights in Las Vegas, and he's going to make his Top Rank debut because he's already fought on Top Rank before, but just as kind of like a one-off. This will be his official I'm a Top Rank fighter fight, and I think he's going to make a statement. So far, his first 2 fights on ESPN, he's made a statement. I can't see why he won't do it now. And I interviewed him, when was it, a couple weeks ago, and he sounded as confident as ever. He sounded as confident as I've ever heard him. And he's always sounded that way, but it just seemed a little bit more different now that he signed with Top Rank. And I know he's going to get the opportunities that I think he deserves. 100%. 100%, man. But, I wanted to make like a statement, a big statement, and I wanted to do it live. I wanted to do it in the studio. I wanted to wear this shirt when I make this statement. Yo, Dominican boxing might fuck around and save boxing in America. Just remember I said that here. Remember, Dominican boxing might save boxing in America, because we're developing a little community here with Dominican boxing. We're slowly becoming ticket sellers. Just slowly. I'm not saying we ticket sellers now that put us in the big room in Madison Square Garden, but just know that that's in our future. 100%. With these guys like Yan Santana and Rohan coming up. With you know, Puello and Adames defending their belts. You get what I'm saying? Because before, Dominicans, we known for getting one belt and then the next defense, we lose it. Nah, man, these guys defended their belt. A draw is considered a defense, by the way. But defended his belt in Adames, defended his belt in Puello. And they're going to keep developing their name. And these young guys coming up, like Rohan looking spectacular. Yan Santana looking spectacular. These guys are looking elite. Rohan, we never had a champion at 147. That's where Rohan campaigning at. You know, one of what they call it, the premier divisions in 147. I'm 100% sure we're about to have the first 147-pound champion, Dominican world champion in Rohan Polanco. And Yan Santana coming up 126 strong, exciting fights. And I think we're going to be major ticket sellers here in New York City. Major ticket sellers in New York City. And after that, we're going to develop a nice little rivalry with Mexico. Instead, Puerto Ricans, shout out to Puerto Rico. They definitely got a lot of legendary fighters. Their talent level has taken a little bit of a dip, so that rivalry is quite not there. But I think Dominicans versus Mexico is the new rivalry that's going to develop over the next year, and we're going to be able to bring these fights to New York City, big room in Madison Square Garden. Ain't nobody doing the big room in Madison Square Garden. The only people doing it is Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. That's it. Those are the only people there that are coming to Madison Square Garden and selling that shit out in boxing. And on the men's side, there's zero. I'm sure there's, like, Tank could do it. There's people that can do it, but there's nobody doing it. And I think that Rohan Polanco is going to be the first guy to do that. And then on his undercard is going to be all the other guys I just mentioned that are coming up, like Eldy Cedeno and Yan Santana and Naguita. And if you telling me PBC and ESPN got the same roster, all those Dominicans that are on this side they could also be on the card, and some of them could develop into their own events. And Dominican boxing is growing, and I kind of wanted to make that statement. I wanted to make that statement here live in a studio, wearing this shirt, and letting y'all know Dominican boxing coming to save the day. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a minute. Y'all gonna be saying, "Damn, Dominicans run boxing." In a year or two, y'all gonna be saying that. Trust me, Dominicans, we coming up. We coming up strong, and I'm super duper excited as to what's going to happen with Dominican boxing in the next, let's say, 2-3 years. Let's address some news that came out with Dimitri Bivol. Dimitri Bivol, it's come out that the WBC has activated the mandatory of David Benavidez. We kind of knew that was along the way of happening, because David Benavidez fight with David Morrell for the WBC and WBC interim and the WBA interim. So he's actually going to be a double mandatory for Bivol. And it's quick. I find it funny how it was quick to order the mandatory for Bivol, but when Benavidez was the mandatory for Canelo, kind of dragged their feet, man. And that's part of the reason. Remember I said Mauricio's not all bad, but he's not all good? This is the part that's bad. Like, you see how the favoritism was going for Canelo, and now Canelo over here doing deals with your enemy. You get what I'm saying? Look, you looking crazy right now, to be honest with you. Dimitri Bivol is going to be fighting David Benavidez. they activated the mandatory for him. And I'm sure they have to work out a deal. And who knows, maybe a step aside. Maybe they've signed a deal and it's an actual fight. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, no, that's an interesting fight because it'll be the first time David Benavidez is in there with an elite fighter. You can say he's been in there with good fighters. And Caleb Plant's a good fighter. Demetrius Andrade is a good fighter. David Morrell's a good fighter. None of those guys are elite. Dimitri Bivol is an undisputed light heavyweight world champion with a win over Canelo. Like, you fighting an all-time 175 pounder. Like, that's who you fighting. You get what I'm saying? And I think Dimitri Bivol win that easy, to be honest with you. You know what? I don't want to say easy, but he definitely will win that fight. His experience with 2 fights with Arthur Beterbiev, a guy who punches harder than, David Benavidez. Like, let's be clear, he punches harder than him, and has a lot more success and more experience than David Benavidez, and he beat him, in my opinion, beat him twice. So he has that experience over you, and I know it's come out that David Benavidez dropped Bivol in a sparring match with a jab or something like that, or that David Benavidez, beat him up in sparring. Listen. I'm gonna say that is true. I'm not even gonna say that's a lie because it could possibly be true. Difference between sparring and difference between fighting. And even if there was a fight that day, if that's how the fight would have played out. Okay, maybe it would have. But who Bivol was then is not who he is now. I understand who Benavidez was then is not who Benavidez is now, but he hasn't amassed the amount of experience that Bivol has since then. He doesn't have 2 fights with Beterbiev. He doesn't have a fight with Bivol. You get what I'm saying? He doesn't have a fight in Saudi Arabia with Zurdo Ramirez weighing, who knows, 210 pounds, however much he rehydrated to. He doesn't have those experiences. And I think experience is the key factor. Plus, and the skills. But to be honest, Bivol was mad skilled. OD skilled, to be honest with you. Hold on. I got my man, Juan de lo mío. Que lo que, mi hermano?
Yo, I had to pull my car over just now, bro. Because I couldn't believe that. I cannot believe the shit that was just coming out your mouth, bro. I'm
Talk to me. Talk to me. What you got? What you upset with me? Talk to me.
Bro, you got the nerve to say on that microphone in that beautiful studio of yours that Morrell is not elite because he took an L to a great elite fighter?
Wait. When did I say he was a bad fighter?
You say he wasn't elite.
He's not elite. Who the fuck he beat that he's elite?
Brother, he has elite talent level. What are you talking about? You don't see nobody knocking at the door to face Morrell. Morrell fought a generational talent, bro. And he lost to a generational talent.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Hold on. David Benavidez is not no damn generational talent. He's a good fighter, but he's generational.
No.
You know who's generational? Inoue is a generational talent. Floyd Mayweather's a generational talent. Listen, David Benavidez is talented. He's not generational.
So Benavidez keep doing what he's doing, and he goes up and beats Bivol, and he beats Arthur. He's not generational? That's what you're saying?
No. He hasn't done that. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But he's already has a track record, Joel. He's a favorite to win those fights in my book. He's the favorite to win those fights in my book.
He's not no that.
You think he's gonna be able to outpunch Beterbiev?
Yo, bro, hold on. Bivol just beat Arthur Beterbiev, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Like, do you know who I'm talking about?
He beats both. Benavidez beats both. The amount of pressure he's going to be able to put in, the volume of punches, the chin he has.
Yo, Arthur Beterbiev had 20 knockouts at 175. Who the fuck has Benavidez knocked out at 175? Is he an accumulation power puncher or is he a one-punch power puncher? He's not. No, come on, bro. Don't get ridiculous on here.
Brother.
Don't get ridiculous, bro. That's a ridiculous statement.
I promise you, no one is knocking at the door to fight Morrell. I promise you.
Bro, what do you? So David Morrell is this elite generational talent that would have beat Bivol and Better Biev, and so would Benavidez? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying generational because he got more to prove. But what's the loss? Lomachenko took a loss, and I think he's a generational talent. He's not a generational talent? Huh?
Yo, listen, you know what it is? I think we're having a difference in definition as to what generational. Generational is once in a generation you're going to get. Like that power Inoue got, yo, it's serious. I think it's generational.
Tell me who you ever seen fight like Lomachenko with that fluidity he had. Boxing, defense, beautiful, moving up in weight. Fighting guys that were 3-4 times bigger than him. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, stop it. And Dominican boxing is going to say
Manny Pacquiao is generational. Manny Pacquiao did everything you just mentioned in more divisions and was knocking motherfuckers out. So you asked me a question. I named you one name. I let you speak, too. I was waiting for you to finish, and I let you speak. One name. Bah! Do you know what I killed your fucking argument.
You didn't kill me, guy. Who doesn't know that?
You saying who did it? Who did it? Man, I just mentioned who did it.
Yeah, but you act like you dug in your bag for a secret name. Who doesn't know that name? Of course. Well, it's all about opportunity, timing.
Hold on. I actually never read your super chat. Okay, let's read your super chats. My bad, my brother, because I'm cooking. I'm in a new studio. You know, I'm still working out the kinks. Let me. Shout out to you, man. Baby. Shout out to you with the Dominican boxing club.
We coming.
Let me read off some of the super chats and we'll address it live. You said Elvis loses, he will no longer be with Top Rank.
He loses his promotional contract. He's going to be begging for crumbs in the streets.
Okay.
If he loses that fight. Lindolfo loses that fight, he still is going to be signed to Top Rank. You know it's not the same for Dominicans. That's why.
Let's address this $5 super chat. By the way, I appreciate the super chats. I really do, man. I really do. It says, "Wow, Dominican boxing, Dominican boxing save boxing, please check Broadway urine for heroin. He's smoking some shit." Wow, really? You the captain got
listen,
so
because the captain is in reality. We have work to do. I know what's going on in the back. I know. We're going there. But when you're talking about saving boxing overall, that's a big statement, brother.
It's a big statement because I know what I'm talking about. See, you don't know. I'm educating you right now. We could have had this embarrassing moment could have been in private, but you bringing it up in live. So I'm educating you. Yo, bro, Dominicans about to run boxing, brother. Like, Dominicans are really about to be like, yeah, but of course they're going to give the opportunity to the Dominican because he's the one who's going to sell. It's going to get to that level. I am telling you, because I know this. How many times have I told you what's going to happen? And then in a year, you go, damn, bro.
Man, Joel was right.
You were fucking right.
You got some insider game, though. Let's be real. You got people, Joel. I know that. I know the phone.
And that's why when I talk, I'm talking from a position of knowledge. And I'm telling you, I'm seeing the growth. I'm seeing the movement. I'm growing. If I'm growing, that means Dominican boxing is growing. And if Rohan and Jan Santana and Eldy Cedeño and Elvis Rodriguez and Carlos Adames and Alberto Puello are growing,
but
I'm growing too.
I'm also feel like you're stretching certain things, and the stars have to align. These guys have
and the stars will align, my brother.
They have to win the big fights. They have to move up.
Of course. But hold on. You don't think after seeing Jan Santana get fucking rocked in that 7th round and fight like a fucking dog, you don't think he's gonna be able to win a big fight? You don't think that Rohan Polanco, the guy who you told me is elite, the guy who you believe in, you don't think he's going to be able to win those fights? Adames already showed that he could win those fights. They gave him a draw, but we know he can win those fights.
Adames got a little bit of
Puello 2 times has shown us he can win those fights. He was an underdog against Akhmadov, beat him for the belt. They took his belt. He went back and fought Russell as the underdog and beat him for a belt. Don't tell me that we got to win the big fights when we win them now, and you believe in Jan Santana, and you believe in Rohan Polanco. Don't come to me with that fucking bullshit.
Oh, man, I'm going to tell you something like Adames told you on this same studio, and tone it down a little bit. Tone it down, because I see you getting it. I see you.
Nah, you get me,
way.
yo, bro.
Tone
We
it down,
coming
bro.
to take over boxing, bro.
My
and
dude.
you trying to tell me it's not gonna happen? That's gonna turn me up. I'm sorry, that's gonna turn me up.
Adamas sat on that chair right there and told you they doing good, but we gotta see the next level. We gotta see when they get.
I believe in them.
Okay.
I believe in them. Hold on. Así, entonces, los americanos me pueden vender a Abdullah Mason, but I can't sell Rohan Polanco that he's gonna be the next big thing.
Of course, I'm with you there. I'm with you.
Everybody got their pick. You make your pick, and I still believe in Abdullah Mason. Don't get it twisted. But what I'm trying to tell you is, everybody's pointing out who they think is gonna come up. I already pointed out mine.
I believe in him more when they give Johan Vasquez the rematch.
Gotta give him a rematch. Gotta give him a rematch.
Because there's a story behind it.
Exactly. Yo, hold on. I got Fernando here. Fernando Tineo. What's going on, my brother?
To interrupt what you guys got going on, but you were in Carlos Adames's camp to a degree, so I just wanted to know if you heard any rumblings on if he's going to get a rematch for the Hamza Shiraz fight, which, you know, he should have got the W for clearly. What's the situation with that?
I appreciate your call, my brother. I'll answer that question for you for sure. So as far as I understand, he doesn't have anything lined up next. Also, what his situation, he is not interested in the rematch. He felt like he won his fight. He's not. He doesn't want to go back to Saudi Arabia. So that's as far as that's concerned. He doesn't have a rematch, and I don't think he's interested in a rematch. He's interested more so in a unification with Janibek. That's kind of where his attention went. And he said if he gets the right opportunity at 168, he'll move up if the money's right. But, you know, if he could pick his next opponent, it would be Janibek, you know. And, yeah, that's as far as what I got to say about that.
Where's the caller calling from?
Where's he calling from?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was like, where the friends are coming from. Cesar, he's still here?
Yeah, I'm still here. Talk to me. No. I hear you.
I'm talking about the fan that came in.
Oh, no. I let him go, bro. We don't got much time. We don't got much time.
Yeah, my steam, man. Hey, thank God that caller called, man, because I had to cool off a little bit, man. Because the way you was talking, man, we got shit to prove here. We've been proving ourselves the last 2 years, but we need multiple defenses.
Bro, hold on. Yo, listen to this. We have 3 world champions. We are the second most successful Latino country right now. The only one ahead of us is Mexico.
Yeah, but
hold on, Juan. As the captain, I don't think you've appreciated the progress we've made in this fucking sport, bro.
Are you kidding me right now?
Nah. I'm telling you, we're about to take shit over, and you putting doubt in my fucking head. Fuck out of here, bro.
Joel, we gotta be realistic.
I'm being realistic. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You're doing a lot of wishful thinking because at the end of the day, we don't have the mechanism like the Mexican fan base has to have the multimedia, to have the promotion behind, to be pushing us as an A side of the main event. We don't have that yet. Let's be honest.
Listen, first of all, they got Broadway Joel, bro. Like, I don't think you quite know how valuable that is. I'm telling you, my brother. Now, you know who Fernando Peter is.
Who's that?
You know who Virgilio de los Santos is. 2 amateurs that I showed you.
Oh, yeah. Very promising.
You get what I'm saying?
Very promising.
If Broadway Joel was here, you wouldn't know who these guys are. So now when they make their pro debut, you're going to be in tune, right? Because you heard of him through Broadway Joel.
I thought you were smoking crack when you kept mentioning Jan Santana. I'm like, what the heck is this kid? And now I have to give you that. You was you broke him. You was the record label that broke that artist.
Yo, and look, even Adames said it. I didn't know who the hell Jan Santana was until I started watching your channel.
And Adames is very in tune with the national team. Because he's also signing fighters. He knows a lot of the coaches, a lot of the fighters that was coming up behind him. And he also wasn't aware. So I definitely got to give it to you there.
That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying,
know
and I'm
what's
trying to
going
tell you
on.
that I see the same way I saw the future with Young, I see the future with Dominican boxing as a whole, and I think we're gonna be able to bring back boxing to the big room in Madison Square Garden. I know it. I can see it. I can smell it. I can hear the tamboras in the crowd. I can hear the ruckus, the where I can hear the crowd screaming, Broadway, Broadway. You imagine that shit?
Lo demás, yo. Nah, but let's be honest though. We're excited. The future's
Yo, bro,
looking
it's an
good.
exciting time to be. It's an
It
exciting
is.
time right now
It
to be a
is.
Dominican. To be a
I don't
Dominican
know who
boxer,
you got
especially at the
working.
level of what these guys are coming at. Like Jan Santana and Rohan are coming.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You got some good sources, man. You got some people on the field doing some prospecting work for you. You got a good team behind you, man. I'm gonna be
Yo,
honest.
no de
with
los
you.
códigos, papi. Yo, what's going on, bro?
I'm just saying.
What's going on?
It can't be on Broadway, man. That's a lot of work, man. Editing.
Yo,
the studio,
mira,
come
voy a
on,
mandarte mensaje a todos los prospectos dominicanos. A los prospectos dominicanos que quieren tan frío con Broadway Joel y tú tienes 1-0, 5-0, o tú eres amateur y vas para la profesional pronto. Mándale un mensaje a Juan de lo mío. Que Juan de lo mío es mi filtro. Ese es mi filtro. Como que si Juan de lo mío dice, oye, Joel, chequéame este tipo. Ahí yo, aunque sea, veo tu video, veo tu pelea y veo si tú tienes el talento, bro.
Le está dando el código a ustedes. Joel no tiene el tiempo para estar chequeándolo a todos ustedes. Soy yo que
Ya
no
le estoy dando la clave. Le estoy dando. Mira, Fernando Peter, yo lo vi y ya yo sé que ese tigre es un duro y va a ser un campeón mundial. Entonces, lo dije yo en este canal. Tiene 21 añitos. 21 añitos y estoy diciendo ahora mismo que él va a ser campeón mundial. En el futuro, no sé cuándo, sea en 3, 4, 5, 10 años, no sé, en verdad. Yo no soy mago, pero te digo que Fernando Pito va a ser campeón mundial.
Ya ustedes saben y están claros. Porque Joel no tiene tiempo para estar buscando a todo el mundo, que todo el mundo le dé DM. El que está ahí, sígueme, búscame, tírame los DM. Si hay un muchacho que está fuerte, el manager, el promotor en Santo Domingo y está duro, mándamelo por DM. Yo lo voy a chequear. Va a pasar por un filtro, por un criterio, donde estoy buscando, tú sabes, el carisma, el potencial, la pegada, el juego de pierna. Estoy chequeando un criterio porque yo no puedo estar mandándole a todos los tigres a Joel. No puedo porque el hombre está ocupado. El hombre está haciendo contacto fuerte. Y hay tigres que lo están firmando por él. ¿Tú me entiendes? Entonces, no, a mí no me estén tirando maco. A mí si me van a tirar
oye, y si tiran un malo y él llega al canal, ya tú dañaste tu reputación con nosotros. Así que, tú me entiendes, uno tiene que ser consciente. Si él, no, que ese es sobrino mío, yo lo voy a empujar y lo ponemos aquí en el canal y él no sirve. Ya sabemos que tú nos recomiendas boxeadores buenos. Tenga eso consciente. Espera.
Se están moviendo muchas figuras. Tarrán está firmando peleadores. Estoy que la chica con su nueva liga va a comenzar a firmar muchos peleadores. Ustedes los managers, ustedes tienen que ponerse a trabajar. Van a firmar muchos muchachos en esta liga. Prepárense. Los que tienen récord 12-1, 15-0, prepárense, que van a firmar muchos peleadores. Pónganse para lo suyo.
Oye, Roy Pérez, vi que estaba ahí, que quería entrar a hablar. Entra otra vez. Y a todos los fanáticos que quieren entrar, que ya pronto voy a terminar el live, ya ustedes saben, estoy aquí rentando en el estudio, este estudio no es mío, entonces se me está acabando el tiempo, pero a todos los fanáticos que quizá quieren comentar o quieren hacer una pregunta a mí o Juan de lo mío, le estamos dando la oportunidad. Ahora tenemos, creo que son 10 minutos más, así que mi gente, ponse su número y la gente que quieren entrar, hacer su pregunta, el link está en el chat. Tengo aquí a Roy Pérez. ¿Qué es lo que es, mi hermano?
¿Qué es lo que es, mi hermano? ¿Cómo está? ¿Todo bien?
Todo bien, mejor ahora que estoy hablando contigo. ¿Qué es lo que es?
¿De dónde tú llamas? ¿Dónde tú llamas, mi hermano?
Yo estaba pensando, bro. Tenemos un par de campeones dominicanos. ¿Qué tú opinas como de una cartelera allá?
En Nueva York.
¿Allá en Dominicana?
En los dos. En cualquiera de los dos. O en Dominicana, sí, porque ya de Nueva York ya se ha mencionado. Como que una compañía de esas de repente como que decida, mira.
Antes de ir a otro lugar, tenemos que establecer nuestra casa aquí en el Madison Square Garden, aquí en Nueva York. Eso es lo que yo pienso.
Pero Canelo no lo ha hecho, lo han hecho muchas estrellas, lo han hecho. Yo
Sí,
sé
pero
que
no,
es
no
posible.
compare a Carlos Adames con Canelo en nivel de fama, ¿tú me entiendes?
Claro,
No a nivel de
claro,
fama,
claro.
pero me gusta esa perspectiva porque nunca la había visto de un fanático. Y es verdad, también
Claro,
a veces,
exacto.
hasta a mí a veces se me olvida esa vaina. Coño, ¿cómo se le ponen a
Coño,
estos
no.
peleadores una buena cartelera? ¿Tú me entiendes? Allá para romper dura. Claro.
Chacho,
No,
mira.
¿De dónde tú
De que
llamas?
Top
¿De
Rank
dónde tú
allá en
llamas?
Dominicana, ¿tú te
él
imaginas
está en
eso?
Houston,
Él está en Houston. Coño, pero hay
No,
par de dominicanos,
yo me
¿verdad?
mudé por Ohio. Yo me mudé por Ohio, yo estaba en Houston.
Ohio.
Coño, ¿verdad? Ten cuidado lo que tú
Coño,
estás, porque
tú estás
de
pasando
estado a
frío.
estado, de estado a estado, tengo lo que tú estás
No, no,
moviendo.
los trabajos, tú sabes que hay que ir donde está el dinero, hay que ir.
Oye, ese tigre tiene cuarto. Ese tigre que para mudarse para Ohio hay que estar pagando bien. Y ese tigre es un Mercedes-Benz que está manejando ahí.
Claro,
No, alguito ahí.
el
Eso nada
Enford.
más para ir venir del trabajo.
¿Te gustó la victoria del caballo? ¿La última
Claro que
victoria?
sí. Yo esa pelea yo no la dejo de ver a cada rato. Ya, ese hombre le estaba dando unos jamacazos a ese hombre, loco. Mira. Dios mío, padre.
Ahí viene ya Santana en 3 semanas, 2 semanas. Lo que
Sí,
necesitamos de
si Dios
ustedes,
quiere, Jan
mira,
Santana, Elvis Rodríguez también, con Lindor.
manito, lo que necesitamos de ustedes, los muchachos que están lejos, así, para otros diferentes
Ah,
estados.
no sé.
Cada vez que hay un peleador dominicano que va a pelear, un corito, los muchachos, la juca, vengan, hagamos un corito aquí en la casa. Así, el pueblo dominicano ya va aprendiendo de quiénes son estos peleadores, porque eso es lo que hemos estado haciendo, y ya la gente se está dando a conocer.
Yo, oye, read this comment. Even the Puerto Rican fighters are half Dominican. Es un boricua
Bueno,
también, él es amigo mío.
Oye, está pasando. Tú sabes que that's a good one, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
Hey,
It is a good one.
wow, mira, tú sabes que hemos tenido un dilema con eso aquí. A veces boxeadores que son boricuas, pero sabemos que tienen descendencia dominicana. A veces yo creo que hasta miedo tienen de venir al show.
No, es que pronto eso va a cambiar. Hazme caso,
Claro,
eso
porque
pronto eso va a cambiar.
somos hermanos.
Yo, Roy,
somos
muchas
hermanos.
gracias, mi hermano.
Te me cuida,
tú sabes, bro.
manito.
What the-
Siempre, Joel, pero es una estima que tenemos que romper aquí en el canal, porque coño, somos una isla hermana. El boricua y el dominicano siempre están juntos en todas.
No, yo sé, yo en verdad, yo he dejado eso porque yo quiero como esa rivalidad en boxeo, tú sabes. Pero yo veo como que Henry Lebron negó a Erison García, que Subriel Matías como que no quería pelear con Elvis Rodríguez. Trataron de como que cambiarlo, de que era Elvis Rodríguez, que no quería pelear con Subriel Matías, pero vimos claro que era de la otra manera. Pero no necesariamente que Subriel le tiene miedo, pero lo digo en el sentido que él quería ir a otra ruta y es pelear por la ruta del IBF contra Goiás Valenzuela, que estaba rankeado más que Elvis Rodríguez. Y como que estamos de un lado llamando. Jan Santana llamó a Pedrito Márquez y varios nombres boricua y como que nadie estuvo interesado y no se ha dado. No sé por qué, pero hay que soltarlo. Ya veo que no quieren con nosotros.
Y se están dando a ellos mismos un deservicio. Porque mira, Subriel, todavía perdiste. Pero tú te imaginas tú y Elvis en una pelea mucho más, 2 veces más grande de la pelea. ¿Tú sabes?
Sí, mira, gane o pierde la pelea con Subriel y Elvis Rodríguez era más valioso que una pelea con él y Liam Paro.
O sea, bueno,
no tenía ciencia esa pelea, yo no entiendo. Yo en verdad no entiendo.
Un gringuito,
no entiendo para nada.
Un gringuito que perdió el título de una vez. Por lo menos ese título se va a quedar con nosotros, en la familia.
Exacto. Cosa. No, y la revancha cae de una vez. Vamos a darle una revancha porque hicimos tanto bueno el negocio. Esta vez la hicimos en Puerto Rico, ahora la hacemos en Nueva York. ¿Tú me entiendes? Pero no lo vieron de esa manera, entonces no me entiendes, hay que dejarlo así. Que
vamos a mantener los chelitos circulando entre nosotros. Por eso que yo dice una cosa.
Estoy de acuerdo que así uno pierde el título, se queda en casa, como quien dice. ¿Tú me entiendes?
Y también es más fácil darte esa revancha, como hacen los mexicanos. Yo mismo se dan la revancha, yo mismo muchas veces como están peleando.
Es como Barrera y Morales, que 3 peleas, pero ese título se quedó en México. No importa quién gana, ese título se quedó en México.
Y la comida se alimenta, hay dinero entrando para nuestro país, porque se van a comprar casa, varilla, blog. ¿Tú me entiendes? Papi, mami, se le manda dinero para ese dinero se queda allá en el patio. Entonces, mi gente, vamos a ponerlo inteligente a los promotores, a los managers. Hay cierta perla que los boricuas, este movimiento también es de ustedes. Lo necesitamos ustedes también.
Sí, porque si sube el dominicano, el boricua va con nosotros, porque cuando peleamos contra uno o los otros, aquí en el Madison se va a llenar de una vez.
Wow. Y va
de una vez.
Y va a haber picante, va a haber vaina picante.
No, y mujeres buenísimas en los asientos. Porque las dos, la boricua y la dominicana, yo no...
un bobo.
¿No me entiendes? No quiero decir mucho, pero con no decir yo entiendo qué es lo que tú estás diciendo.
Un bobo fuerte. Todo el mundo con tambor y guira, todo el mundo allá encendido. Yo me imagino los artistas urbanos que van a venir subiendo sus peleadores para allá.
¿Verdad? Que Anuel saque a uno, lápiz consciente saca al otro.
Ay, ya se acabó sin subir los peleadores al ring ya. El shot allá.
Emma, ya, con eso terminamos el live. Yo, Juan, de lo mío, muchas gracias por estar aquí, compartir con nosotros. Fue a último minuto. Quizás, tú me entiendes, hacemos otro live esta noche, no sé, estoy prendido.
Esa boca tuya estaba suelta, tuve que pararme, muchacho.
No, muchas gracias por pararte y toda la gente que están viendo el canal, denle like, suscríbanse y muchas gracias por siempre apoyarme y apoyando el boxeo dominicano. Así que, mi gente, hasta la próxima.
Y tengo que subir a Ari también. Ari está fresco en el chat. Ari va a tener que
subir. Mandando fuego en live.
Eso de
Mi gente, hasta la próxima.